In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Almost there. Okay, now we are live.
Woohoo!
I'm gonna send out some
Don't sit out.
tweets. I'm gonna sit out this one, guys. It's just gonna be Trent talking the whole time. I'm sorry. Trent, go ahead, take it over.
Well, it's no problem for me. I could talk to a wall of paint drying, so.
Are you saying that you're more exciting than a wall of paint drying, or you're boring? I don't get it.
I could talk to anyone. All right. Well, let me just jump right in and share my screen, I guess.
Well, let's introduce ourselves first, Trent. I mean,
Hello.
Hobbs.
Habez. Yeah, come on.
Habez. Sorry. Habez.
Yeah, stop using my real name.
It's posted all over every time you log into GitHub, so it's no big deal.
Okay, hello everyone. Trenton here.
Hi, and welcome to Cheddar and Hobbs. Habez. we can't use the real name Hobbs because it's a copyright violation, so we're using Habez.
Exactly.
I'm Cheddar. I'm the little orange icon on the left. The cool guy with the glasses. Could be a Yeti, could be a snowman, could be, it's an interpretive piece of art.
I'm Habez, the pondering tiger on the right.
The pondering tiger. Yes. So what are we working on today, Habez?
All right. So today we're going to make a landing page for an app that we've worked on in the past, the Marathon Results app. And basically the landing page is going to...
You haven't shared your screen yet. Are you trying to show us something?
No, but I can.
But yes, sorry, continue.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and share. Why not? So the landing page is going to be like an introduction to the results. So let me know if you can see my screen.
We can see it. Let's check it out.
All right. I think it's /2018/marathon. So here we have a marathon results application for the Memphis Marathon in 2018. And the premise for this app is basically a more user-friendly way to display marathon results after the event has happened. So it's mobile friendly. It's searchable. So you can search for John or whatever name you want. And it's filterable based on the year and event type. A lot of marathon results aren't this user-friendly. You're lucky, even big marathons, Chicago, New York, you're lucky to have any one of these features. A lot of them don't have a search capability or mobile friendliness, or, they're missing most of these features. So the goal for tonight is to build a landing page that kind of channels people into this experience and lets them choose from some drop downs on the landing page which race they're going to look at, and then find their results from there. So the landing page will be highly functional, a big search bar with filtering, with a little touch of marketing. And that's the goal for tonight, is to build that in NextJS.
Our app is already built in NextJS, for what it's worth. We're just basically going to be adding a new route, correct?
Correct. Yep, exactly.
Yep. Do you know what the page is going to look like? I know you mentioned the search bar, but what's the goal for people coming into the page? What's your goal for them? push them to a results page, to get them to sign up for a subscription service?
Right now, everything's open source and just public data. So I'm not working right now on capturing any signups yet. That may be a feature we want to look at right after finishing tonight's screencast. But yeah, for right now, it's just going to be mostly focusing on the design and trying to kind of have some marketing features. So maybe we'll even get into setting up some analytics on the Google Analytics on the splash page and deploying a clean design, a home page that we're proud of.
You gonna use SAS, or how are you gonna style it?
I wasn't planning on SAS.
Yeah,
No, I
I
was
don't
in
think you need it.
vanilla CSS.
This kind of reminds me of this does remind me of a dream that I had. I think it was last night, maybe it was the night before. That while I used to be teaching, I wrote some content around BEM and how to use it, and I guess they had been using it in their material. This is a dream. This is not real. Again, so they've been using it in their material as like stuff they teach, and I guess somewhere in there I wrote something about how I was the creator of BEM, but I don't remember doing that. And they said that I did that, and they said that someone gave them some copyright infringement thing, and that they were trying to come after me for it because I wrote it. So I was looking through the content, trying to read it all, see where I said that, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So I was trying to like cover my bases. But it was kind of a weird dream that they were coming after me for content that I wrote a long time ago, and then some copyright owner like came back with BEM complaints saying that they owned the rights to BEM or something.
That is interesting.
What do you think it means?
You've been spending too much time in CSS land?
I haven't, though.
Really?
I don't think so. I mean, well, I did recently do a refactor where I ripped out a bunch of CSS, so that could be part of it, but who knows?
Who knows?
Are you still, are you doing anything on your screen? I've been seeing the same screen for a long time now. Did it freeze?
Oh. Wait, stop.
Oh, no, there you go.
Entire screen. Okay. I was just sharing the browser tab. Firefox is a little strange. So can you see my editor now?
Yeah, there we go.
When I go to the screen share in Firefox, it defaults to just the tab. So I was booting up and you were talking, and I had only shared my browser tab the whole time. Okay.
I had no idea. We could have gone the whole time.
All right, so an empty page, empty canvas, a blank canvas for us to start with. We got to get that routing working eventually so that...
Yeah, that's not related to the current task at hand, though.
Everything connects. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's dribble. Let's look at some designs real quick.
Pull up Pinterest.
People still use Pinterest?
You do. I know you do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've seen your recipe list.
My baby shower inspiration.
Yeah, your mood board.
Okay, a lot of these are overkill.
So you just want, like, what do you want on the page again? Did you already talk about that? Did I forget already?
So I know it's hard to visualize everything, but yeah, here, let me sign in so I can actually look at this stuff.
Ooh, I like the romantic sailing trip.
I'm always worried that a website's going to show the characters of my password on stream
Yeah.
as I'm typing. That would suck.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the details of the design that's in my head and see if we can kind of design in the browser once we have some inspiration laid out. So, all right. I'm thinking it's going to be like a full page design, something like this where there's no scrolling because we don't have a lot of content. But across the dead center would be a big search bar with some filters on the end and maybe some marketing text and maybe like a big background image from Unsplash.
A
So
nice, oh yeah, a marathon running one.
yeah. So let's gather some inspiration here. Can I copy images from Dribble?
Oh, is that a virtual background? Does that change with the light?
Yeah,
Is that built in
yeah.
to Mac? Are you on Catalina, or is that what that is?
All right, I'll show you my magic tricks.
I just need yes or no answers. I haven't upgraded
So,
yet. So I still have the desert one. I'm on Mojave.
so on Catalina, you can set it to dynamic.
Well, that's what, I have a dynamic one, but I have it for, but that's Catalina Island. I don't have that background. I have the one next to it, the Mojave. That one's way cooler though. That's
How do I,
probably the only reason I would upgrade to Catalina.
dude, they will not let me drag the image. How do you download images nowadays? It's a PNG. I hate saving it. I just want to drag it to my desktop.
Just right click and save it. Same thing, man. Super easy. There you go.
The file could not be opened.
Just screenshot it.
Oh, they make stealing designs really difficult, don't they?
Yeah, that's interesting. They do all this protection. I didn't realize they had that.
Just screenshot it. They can never stop us. Where did it go?
To your desktop, right?
Ah, there it is. Okay. It's alive.
Isn't that the one you...
Okay. So we have kind of a layout inspiration. Landing page UI. Let's get a couple designs so that we're not just stealing from one.
If we're gonna steal something, we might as well go big.
Yeah.
So what's on the landing page?
We're gonna have, yeah, that's a great question. So right now I'm thinking a navigation bar and the navigation bar will have a logo. And we're gonna have some links to like a shop, a Shopify page for maybe selling stuff down the road.
Mm-hmm.
But we can just have a dummy navigation for right now. And we're gonna have a big search bar that will maybe use, so I need some recommendations for like a JavaScript type ahead. Something I know there's like robust search bar plugins out there nowadays that just takes in a bunch of JSON and can do dynamic
You
searching.
can use like React Select. That's a common one. And then you pre-fill it. You fill it in with your own values. That's what you're going to do, right? Are they going to be searching for different marathons? Or what are they searching for?
Yeah, so here we go. Beautiful. They can search for a participant's name, a marathon event by name. So like Dallas Marathon, Chicago Marathon. Typically the marathon's name is the city that it's in. Although there is like Rock and Roll Marathon, which is pretty popular, and they're in multiple cities. So like Rock and Roll Marathon could be a search term, and then multiple results would come up from that. They can also search for just a city. So primary search.
These are all different kinds of pages they're going to land on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, it's just going to be like little boxes or cards on the homepage that show results for your search. And then when you click on one, you'll go into the table for that event.
But if you search for like a city,
if you search for a city, it's going to bring up all the marathons in that city that we have data for.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And then again, you would click on a card. Every card will resemble an event. But if we want to get really fancy, we could have cards that have the event name and the search term that you typed in as a match. So like if you type in someone's name, we'll show Dallas Marathon and then the name of the person under it. And then you click in.
Would be cool to show, like each card could be kind of like the category of result. Like you search for a name and it's a person card, and then you can see all of the different events that person's been in.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if it matches like a city name, you could see all of the events in that city, those kinds of things. But I see what you mean by a card.
So I'm trying to find some inspiration for just like a great big search bar with some filters. I guess this works. All right, we have enough for now. Let's put all of these onto an inspiration board and then get coding.
Let's. Dream board.
Where I want to live in 5 years.
And this is what my husband will look like. And these are our 4 children.
And 2 dogs.
And this is our crazy neighbor that harasses us.
Okay.
Nobody plans for that.
Nope. Just kind of happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so what I'm thinking is maybe a layout like this with the simplicity. Can you still see my screen?
It's real small, but can you blow those up?
Yeah. So let me zoom into each one here. So this is, again, just like a quick screenshot of something close. I don't think it's going to end up looking like this, but maybe like some filters here with some helper text down below it. And then instead of this text here, we can have a big search bar. I like having the filters on the end of the search bar and some like tips to get the search going.
Yeah.
So this can be like search for a runner's name, or search for a city, or the event name, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then on this one, I like the layout. So marketing text followed by the search bar, and then the cards down below. So
you think we'll have one search field and it's just going to be capable of all the different types of searches?
we're going to try. I mean, we only have one marathon right now to work with. So
Yeah, I like that idea. I think it's a cool little feature to have. We don't have a lot of different results, but you know, we can get it categorized like that.
yeah. On this one, I just like the text and color. So the font and the color. I don't want a lot of fancy aesthetics, but a little dab of some kind of color that's not tied to one marathon event
Yeah.
Will be nice, kind of giving us our own touch. So that's what we're gonna take from there. And then on this one, I guess I just like the amount of content on here. The design is kind of neutral. It's not tied to like finance, even though it's a finance design.
Yeah. You also
It's not.
originally picked it because you said it would be like all one in the viewport at once.
Yeah, yeah. This one just gives me good feels.
Good
I don't
feels.
I don't really know what I'm gonna steal from this design. I just think it feels good and I want to feel good like this. So it's nice to see someone designing with neutral aesthetics that are still pleasing and not just copying what's out there. Every finance company and even designers in finance, they always use like a blue and white.
Yeah, because they're like safe colors, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but as a finance company, I feel like I wouldn't. It doesn't feel as trusting. It doesn't feel as trustworthy as those blue sites would, you know. But it
Yeah.
looks nice.
Yeah. I I think there's multiple factors that go into the trustworthiness. That's a fair point, but this doesn't like look so bad that I'm just gonna leave right away. But anyway, let's jump into some coding now. We have some inspiration.
We're done designing. Let's go.
Yeah.
Do you normally just jump into the code like this when you design stuff? Or do you, I know sometimes you build things out in like Sketch or whatever. Um,
Yeah.
is there a reason why you're choosing to just jump into the code this time?
Um, I guess because I just prefer coding on screen. I haven't really thought about designing on screen. And when I design, I'm kind of taking breaks and thinking through how I feel about the progress. So it's not as easy to stream my design process personally.
Yeah.
Um, I have to really kind of sit on, you know, each step of my design and take a break, look at something else, and then see if I feel okay about where it left off, and then come back and then iterate. So I don't know that we really want to do that on stream, but also I think that we're going to stay so minimal that it's not going to really matter too much for tonight. I'm
Yeah.
I'm worried more about functionality and getting this up.
I'm
Um,
already thinking about functionality, but I'm trying to hold back.
don't get ahead of yourself. All right. So components. I wish we had a source folder.
Oh, do you? Why would you want that? You can move it all into a source folder and it'll take it just the same. Do you want to do it? Or is that a joke? Are you messing with me? You trolling me?
All right. Let's can I pass over the code to you if this is up on GitHub?
Already?
Or you want to guide me through, do I have to do any configuration?
No, just do src folder.
And drag
and then
everything over?
Move components, CSS fonts, image, everything but the public.
Okay. I don't feel like it's just going to work right away.
I can assure you it does. Yeah, well, you might need to update some paths. But otherwise, oh, you're putting everything in the components folder.
Oh, no. I didn't mean to do that.
Just drag it on the src folder instead.
Okay, components, CSS, fonts, images, utils.
And move pages in there. And then that's it. You should be good. Was there anything else we left in the components folder that should not be in there? No, seems fine.
We got to update these. Isn't it just going to be?
No, because they're in the same level as they were before.
Oh, yeah.
So that should be fine. You could just run the app and see if it works. Or I would kill the build tool and restart it just for the hell of it. Just to be safe. And see if our pages still load.
All right. No console errors.
Cool.
Let's all right, let's start editing. Is it going to be index?
Yep.
Div class container. Where's that container div? Here's the head.
It's right there. It's the root element in there.
Oh, okay. So
change that title bar.
H1. Dude, I gotta get Emmett working in VS Code. Hello, runner.
Yeah, you say that every time.
EnduranceResults.com. Hello, runner.
Hope you stretched today.
So I was thinking about the header text earlier. Find marathon results, H2. See, Emmett, dude. Find marathon results.
I'll look it up for you, how to enable it. It is a simple configuration option. Go into, do command, comma, search for Emmett. Does it have it in there? Wait, scroll up more. include languages, add item.
JSX or, oh, there's JavaScript React.
It's JavaScript and then, yeah, JavaScript React. No quotes.
What just happened?
It removed it. It's messed up. Is that your laundry going on in the background?
Dude, I don't know what that is. Hold on. Whoa.
Fireworks?
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why there would be fireworks tonight. Sorry for the interruption. How bad is it?
It just sounds like there's rocks tumbling in your dryer. It's not that bad. We'll get used to it, you know?
Okay. Find marathon results.
Try it out.
Sure. Boom. Now we're cooking.
Look at that. So speedy. Are you just going to keep making a succession of headers? Or are you just...
And then input type text.
Nice. I got to enable Emmet on mine. I don't get why it's not there by default. Why don't they just fill that out for you?
I don't know.
Free software. It's the worst.
Okay. We're also going to need a nav. I guess in Next, it's Next links, right? For routing. So like,
if you're linking to other pages in the site, you would use that. If you're linking outside of the site, you could still use the A tag.
so in the site, what's the syntax? Next dash link?
No, this is not view. It's just link, capital L.
This is not view.
This is not view. And inside there, you have to wrap it in an A tag still.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. And then we're going to have t-shirts.
But that's going to link out, right? It's not going to be on the site.
I don't know yet. For now, we'll just keep it local.
Okay.
I haven't looked into Shopify integration into Next. They seem pretty compatible with like nesting the Shopify experience under your domain name, but I don't know if it can plug into Next or if it's going to be just a redirect. I haven't looked into it yet.
True. You could probably do both ways.
And then let's have one for docs. I don't know. Maybe we'll give some helper documentation. Okay. So this one's just going to link to the home page. This will link to /documentation. And this one will link to /store. We got to create these pages real quick. Is it just the page name, documentation.js?
Yep. If it's not a dynamic URL, yeah, it just matches the file name like that.
Store.js. No, what happened?
You should make a nav bar.
It's a great idea.
Thank you. That's why I'm here.
All right, now we should have some. You saw that coming, didn't you? You need a wrapper div around.
No, you need to import link.
Oh, is that what that was?
Did you even read it?
Oh, I just looked at the caret and I thought immediately my mind went to like how you need a parent div for multiple children. Because I get that error all the time.
Yeah, you're not in, I mean, this is not a React area.
Import link from next/link. Hey, lucky guess.
Nice and simple.
The prop type href expects a string or object in link, but got undefined instead. Well, first, before we go down that error rabbit hole, let's import this into our other pages so that we can avoid an error on those pages. And then back here, so we're passing in an a tag with a valid href.
The href should be on the link tag.
Oh.
Okay. So it's just like an empty a tag. That's why it's weird.
Yeah, okay.
No, you still want the a tag. You just want the a, no href on there.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, it works without it, but the documentation says you want to include it in there because I think it attaches it to that root element. It doesn't generate an a tag for you automatically, which is weird. I read something somewhere that said they were planning to fix that, where you don't need that in the future.
Is it Next or React router that's causing that?
That's Next router or Next link component. There's no React router in here. Next has its own router.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I think the idea behind it is that you can choose to make it a button or other things. They wanted to give you that flexibility, but then people are like, nah, just create it for me and I'll tell you what kind of element I want. Nah. That's what I imagine happened.
Oh, Prettier is so ugly.
Yeah. Who formats the code like that? So verbose.
I saw a really great quote on Reddit, like front end devs about Prettier, and some junior dev was coming along asking about what are the benefits of Prettier, and like the most upvoted response was no developer likes what Prettier does to their code, but they like what it does to everyone else's code. And it's true. It's like I will take consistency over formatting preferences. I hate the way Prettier handles my code, but
Well, you can configure it, right, to be your style.
yeah, that's true. I mean, it takes a lot of work, and in a production app, it takes collaboration and agreement. Like every team just installs Prettier nowadays, but no one takes the time, at least in my experience, they don't take the time to really hash out each of the details, each of the configs.
No, I always see people just go with like Airbnb and call it a day.
Yeah. Time to hydrate.
Okay, hydrate, please.
Do we have any Twitch viewers?
It says there's 2.
Me and you.
But the Twitch chat does not show anyone. So maybe they're not. I am one of the viewers, probably, yes.
Import.
Enhance. Oops.
Oh, come on. Emmett.
It's not going to pick up that word, probably.
Okay. That's ridiculous. WebStorm would have had this figured out by now.
All you have to do is add brackets around it or whatever anyway. It's a self-closing tag. Would have been easier for you to just write it out.
Well, VS Code automatically adds a complementary closing tag.
Not if you write it out manually. That's what I would have done. Whenever I do the self-closing ones, I write them out manually.
Import navigation from All right, we're almost done with the navigation store. Okay, we have next nav documentation store homepage.
It's beautiful.
We need to find React search. Have you seen those like robust search
No,
bars?
you want React Select, I think.
Okay. But does this have a string text search option?
Yeah. You can do a normal search.
Okay. I don't want this fancy drop down though.
Well, then how are you going to show the results? Or show the... You mean you don't want to pre-populate it? You only want it to show like when they search things?
I guess we can have results, but...
Well, you said you want the autocomplete. That's what the results would be, right?
Yeah, I was just imagining cards would show up as you're typing with matching results.
Oh.
But I guess, I don't know. I haven't really thought through this. Okay, so let's make a new component. Search bar.js. File already exists. Oh, that's from the search bar that's on the table. So landing search.js. All right, let's think through in here how we want to handle search.
You got some extra parentheses on line 14.
Okay, so right now on the table, we have search by name, and I think you can search by other things. Yeah, name and city maybe? Springfield. Oh, no, just search by name. Okay, so you can search by name, but the results will show details on that person, like their city, so that you can easily weed out your name. But our homepage needs to be more global with search. So you should be able to search by a city or a person's name. So let's map this out. City, person, name, person first name, person last name, and then event name, so like the Dallas Marathon.
Mm-hmm.
And then the year. So I don't know how this is going to work, because if you type in just like 2018,
I don't think you'd... Would you search by year, or would we just show that as like the option of you get to that page and then you can find it by, you can find the year?
that's a good question. So I was thinking, I mean, on the homepage, maybe we don't want search by year. I was just imagining if someone types in 2018, they could see all of the results for that year across the country, or all the like a list of events as the results. So like all the 2018 events, but that doesn't really do them much good. It's not too useful.
I think it could be worth it to just leave it off for now, and if we want it later on, we can probably add it.
Okay.
But that's up to you, Captain. So you're thinking like each one of these would be a card with the results in it that match?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
if there are no matches, you just leave that card out, or are you gonna say like there's no results for person first name?
You know, I'm guessing here that to answer a question, I'm guessing that Airbnb has the experience I'm thinking about. So instead of a drop down like this, instead of a drop down of results as you type, I was imagining an input that as you type, matching results are showing up in cards, they're fading in. And I'm guessing that Airbnb may have, okay. Check-in dates. Interesting. So they've changed their,
I think a wiki might have something like that because you could see maybe pages and, or what about like GitHub searching for code in a repository? They have, I mean, that's not the same one you want, but they have like that sidebar when you search for something, right? And they show you the number of results for the different types of ones. That search is similar in that way, but it's not the similar UI that you want.
whoa, their marketplace search, it's not that sophisticated. Oh well. So you're saying that like on the code?
Now, like if you search for in the search or jump to top bar.
Yeah, see, this is another drop down, which is fine. I'm not opposed to it, but I was just imagining that the dynamic results would be the main body of the page in like a card form.
And that's in that case, then just do a plain text. You don't need React Select for that. I thought you wanted that drop down, so that's why I say use React Select. But if you're gonna just show it on the page, you could drop it.
Okay. I think we're using something here, React Auto Suggest.
Yeah, but that's going to show you the results, the drop down. You don't need something like that.
Okay, so you think no dependency, just go with a vanilla input, text input.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with auto suggest, they don't have the styling that you want, so you're going to have to hack it anyway. But I would prefer to build my own search component. Do you want to try to look for something else? Because I don't think many of them or any of them are going to include. The only thing they're going to do for you is doing the searching part, which is not really that hard per se. I think it's worthwhile for you to write it custom.
Didn't we just work on a search? I swear I had code inside of this component. The landing search. Where did I? Oh, footer copy. I'm going crazy. How is this? All right, something's up, man. VS Code is not working as I expected.
Yeah, blame VS Code.
Rename. Okay. Input. Type text. How do you deal with styles in Next? I know how I would do it in Vue, but what's the best practice in Next?
So baked in, you can use CSS modules, which will give you scope styles if you want. I usually just use global styles.
Okay. Is it difficult to set up modules? Does it take some configuration or?
No, it's built in.
I guess if we have this global index.css, we can just refactor later.
Yeah. But with modules, like if you do page layout, it's not going to be carried across the modules.
Right. So yeah, let's just start global and then refactor at another time.
Do you want to pull in any of the base frameworks for like default styling at all, or no? You're going completely custom?
Um, what kind of stuff is out there? I don't want material. I don't want.
I usually pick Bulma.
Bulma.
Yeah. You don't need React though, just Bulma. React's going to give you actual components. I mean, do you want to use those? Do you like doing
Nah.
that? I hate doing that.
Oh, this is the guy that does a Vue.
No, it's
He's
not.
the yeah, no, I swear. Vue mastery.
Oh, is it?
This is the lead guy behind Vue mastery. Um, one of these courses. He doesn't teach every one of them, but look, that's the same guy.
Ah.
Sometimes he has like his background. Yeah, so like this background is familiar. Interesting. I didn't know he was doing CSS.
So you can do the Bulma CDN if you just want
I'm just trying to see what it looks like. Layout. Okay, I'll just install it and take your word for it. Where's the CDN?
to do a search for Bulma CSS CDN. I don't know how to get there from their website, but they have a page for it. Yeah. And then go to CSS folder.
CSS.min.
Yeah, Bulma.min, and then on the right.
Can I just copy this?
No. Oh, is it? Is it the JS deliver one? Yeah. I thought you were going to copy the contents. I was like, what? Yeah, that's fine.
No, the URL.
Yeah, that's fine. And I usually just do an @ import. Call it a day.
Okay.
Do it in your index.css. No, .css. Just do it in the CSS file. No URL, just quotes.
Really?
Actually, I think you can do it that way too, but I just do quotes. Howdy, Brooke Zerker. What's up?
All right, we imported Bulma.
We've imported Bulma.
Let's get a unsplash image going.
A running image?
Yeah.
Trail running image? Or a marathon image?
I guess we should do marathon. That's more specific. We don't want anyone's headshot. This is cool, black and white. Download. All right, so we're gonna add in our background image. Let's rename it.
Oh, thanks, Brooks.
How would you go about adding a background image to like the whole page? Do you use CSS or HTML?
CSS, man. You can get background cover, background sizing cover.
Yeah, that's what I used most recently when I had to do something like this, but I don't know why. I think for something I had to. Oh, if you want to do like an opacity blur over the image, you have to do like a div here.
Do you want to blur it? Or you
Let's
want to?
Let's not for now. Let's just do index.css. So I'm going to call this landing page. Background image. URL. How do you reference images in Next? Does it do any fancy compilation?
For CSS, you just use the same.
Okay.
I think it would be from the public directory, but I haven't done it in Next yet.
What is the syntax again? Background cover?
Background size, and then
Cover.
cover.
Yeah. That's right.
So cover will expand it to the full width. Contain will shrink it to the full width.
So I guess we want to do width 100%, height 100 BH. Boom. Looking cool.
There it is. Food town.
Okay. Now let's get some styling around our marketing. So landing CTA.
Ah, CTA. Haven't heard that one in a while.
Call to action.
Yeah, that's call to action for you non-hip folk. For you non-marketing folk, I guess.
Width, let's give this like 60% width. Okay, so I'm thinking about the design as I'm coding. Let's go ahead and get our nav bar looking better. At least legible.
You included Bulma, but you're not even using any of it. Do you need it? I guess it does do the fonts by default too. That was the other reason why I include it.
Yeah, when we don't want to custom style something, I'll use it. Like the search bar, it's going to be handy for the search bar. I don't want to do all the little styling for a search bar.
No, but do you want to wrap it all in a container at least?
The search box or
the whole page?
In like a Bulma container?
Yeah. Their container just gives it some padding on the sides and whatnot, but never mind, just do your custom thing. Forget it.
Yeah, we'll clean it up. I'm just trying to get everything the way it is in my head, and then there'll be obvious room for refactoring and improvements later.
Sorry, I'm messing up your creative flow here.
Landing navigation. So I'm just, for now, namespacing everything relevant to the landing page with landing with a prefix so that we're not clashing with what's on the actual app.
Yeah.
So all the styles on, oh, why is that taking so long?
It's generating.
Whoa.
So because you're using the same style sheet and you added Bulma, huh? Or you deleted all those other styles too, didn't you?
I forgot that's what those styles are for. I thought those were, oh man, I thought those were from Next auto-generated styles. Okay. Command Z!
No, don't Command Z. Just look it up in your, keep all that. Yeah, look it up in Git, bring it back. And I would put it into a separate file.
Landing dash, or dots, yeah. What, landing page. Okay, now we're back to where we were. All right, so this app here has its own styling that we don't want to interfere with. But as we build out the landing page, we want to prefix our styles so that we can have some namespacing for now. Now we got to import this
So usually they don't want you to do it in the component, but I wonder why. I wonder if we do it, if it works. Otherwise, you could just,
So I can't just import landing page CSS?
I don't know, try it. See if it throws an error or something.
Oh, I gotta do / CSS. Error. Global CSS cannot be imported from other than your from files other than your custom app. Oh, please move all CSS imports to source pages app or convert the import to component level CSS modules. Okay, so we can import it in our app.
Yeah, but then we'll run into the same problem where they're colliding because they'll have the Bulma styles taking over the other page, right?
Did you see the loading?
Oh, it spun around? Yeah. Oh, that's
yeah,
fine.
Okay, well.
You just have to fix that later, I guess. Unless you just want to drop Bulma, just write everything from scratch. That works too.
Okay, where were we? Landing navigation. I'm trying to think of how I want to style the navigation. I guess for now, just give it a background color of white, width 100%.
Brooks wants to know, are you going to write anything in Vue 3 now that it's released?
Yeah, I saw that just today on Hacker News. I was really excited about Vue 3. I'm hoping to. I shared it at work, and we have a couple apps that are already mostly refactored in anticipation of Vue 3, so that upgrading shouldn't be too difficult. They have a new context API with the Vue 3.
Is it the composition or context? I thought I heard something about a composition API coming.
Where's their announcement? It was like a blog. There it is. Vue 3. Oh, on their GitHub. Composition.
Yeah. And what does that do?
A new set of APIs aimed at addressing the pain points of Vue usage in large-scale applications. The Composition API builds on top of Reactivity API and enables logic composition and reuse, similar to React hooks, more flexible code organization patterns, and more reliable type interface. I'm not entirely sure yet. I got to play around with it and read the documentation more, but
yeah,
it's supposed to help with reuse, which Vue Mastery, the classes we were looking at earlier, they were talking about like all the different ways to do reusable code in Vue.
Oh, he's already got an Intro to Vue 3 course. See that?
Yeah. He's Vue Mastery, that course is like really hands-on with the core Vue team.
Yeah.
So anyway, one thing that was kind of cool, an experimental feature, I wonder if React has this, state-driven CSS variables. you can pass vars into the style tag.
That's pretty cool.
Is there something like that in CSS modules for React?
CSS modules, I don't know. I was thinking more like styled components does allow that stuff because you do your styled components in the JSX kind of file or like in your component files.
Yeah.
The CSS modules is just a CSS file, but then it lets you import it and kind of apply it to elements in this simple way. And then it will scope it for you automatically.
Okay. I feel like we're getting close to having standards for CSS within component worlds, but
I feel like we're getting too many options. There's becoming way too many options these days. I tried style components for a second. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I mean, if you're making like your own component library that's going to be consumed, or you're like a design system that's going to be consumed inside the company, then that's cool. But I know how to write CSS. I like to write my CSS like a normal person. I don't totally like the idea of CSS in JavaScript, other than being able to access variables. That is nice. Like that's the only feature you need, in my opinion.
we need a cool font. Google Fonts.
We need a cool font.
Google Fonts has some impressive stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of fonts in there.
Source Code Pro.
I'm thinking something spooky, maybe with a blood drip.
Halloween flavor.
No, it's sweat. Sweat dripping. Because, you know, it's a marathon site.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You
Classic.
don't write your sample text in there and then kind of look through?
Sometimes I do. If I'm really picky about the design. Right now, we're just prototyping. This one jumps out at me. Bold, but family friendly.
Yeah. Looks kind of cheesy. Looks bubbly.
Too bubbly?
I think it's too bubbly.
Okay. Work sans. Rubik. Not too bubbly, huh?
No, that's not bubbly.
Okay, I like Rubik. We just need medium, regular.
Wow, that's a lot of different weights. Are you sure you want all those?
We're gonna refactor later.
Okay.
I'm not sure yet. I got to play around with the design. This is part of designing in the browser.
Probably do an at import in the CSS file instead.
Oh, so
they have the other code on. If you go back to that page,
Yeah.
you can go to the @import, grab that one.
Okay.
I mean, you could throw it in the head thing, but I think you should do it in the CSS.
All right. Done.
Because the head is on every page. You have to do it on every single page that uses it.
Gotcha.
Unless you make it a reusable component. And don't forget the other part, the font thing.
Well, I was just thinking, so don't we want to just load this font on the landing page and not the app?
Yeah. Do you want to convert the landing page thing to be a CSS module? Or, I mean, you could. But if you're going to be linking to it on other pages.
All right, let's keep prototyping for now, and then we'll worry about how we're going to prevent clashing with the app later. We'll pretend the app doesn't exist for right now.
Yeah. Pretend the app doesn't exist.
Nice.
So bold. You earned it.
Landing search, landing search. Do I have to import the CSS file into my component? No. Wait, what's going wrong here?
It's
Class
not loading
name.
it or what?
Oh. We didn't import our search box. We have an old search box already in there. But we got to import the new one.
Wow. What? Would you just write your code for once?
Why can't Emmett do it for me?
You already have it copy and pasted. You only have to write 4 characters. There it is.
So there's some general principles for good design that you can follow and then break out of later. And one of those principles is the grid structure. And there's a method to why you want these. So everyone thinks like grids are too constraining, but this guy is a designer who I've followed over the years. And he's led me to some good inspiration for design. He's a little out there, but a lot of the common wisdom that I hear and see across different designers and books and stuff. I'm trying to see if there's a book that I first discovered through this guy. I guess it's not here anymore, but a lot of artists and designers will talk about how, kind of like playing a piano, you first master the notes and you obey the structure, and then you can be creative about breaking out of the structure.
Mm-hmm.
So like sometimes you'll see like this guy has a grid and you can't really see the border of it, but he has an invisible grid centered that's probably, I would guess, like 720 pixels. Computed. So let's see. Oh, he's using 680. So he has a grid container that he obeys and then breaks out of in certain cases. But you have to have like a base grid, or it's recommended that you have a base grid so that there's some familiar structure on your page or in your design that people can identify with and then go from there. If there wasn't a grid, then everything would just be difficult to like follow. So what I'm doing here is starting with a base grid, and then we can have little elements outside it if we really want to catch their attention. My base grids usually start with 720 pixels. It's just a happy medium for content. So I think like maybe medium.com actually uses something around 720. Let's see. I wonder what their content grid is. Ah. They're not going to let me.
Yeah,
760.
Yeah.
Yeah, so around that marker, 720, 760, around that size, it's good for content. It's easier to read. If you get any wider, it becomes strenuous. I know this sounds silly, but like really, really wide containers for body copy makes the reading experience difficult. It's like harder to finish the line.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of where you are, too.
Yeah. But if it's too narrow, if the body container is too narrow, then it feels like the page goes on and on and on, and like it squishes the content to make a really long page. So 720, 760, it really doesn't matter as much as just standardizing a grid. And I usually just default to 720 when I'm prototyping and go from there. But I always have a grid that I start with.
It's a good rule.
That's why we have this 720 everywhere. We probably want to create a global class for container, but we'll get there. Okay. Let's get this nav bar taken care of. It looks pretty ugly.
Finally, somebody said it.
Um, I keep wanting to add that semicolon.
On the CSS.
Home.
Oh, look how cool the font looks there.
Yeah.
Give those suckers some spacing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's good for now.
It's terrible. It's so small. You do space. No, not no.
I thought space around would give. Oh, we've got to align items, right? To make them center vertically.
Vertically, yeah, align items. Or align content? All right, no. Yeah, content or items, I can't remember.
Items, yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Let's style our. Well, actually, let's switch over to some JavaScript work. So right now we only have one event name. How do we want to set up the data that we will search against? So I was imagining that we would have, well, we've already got our JSON data, but right now, because we only have one event, I don't know that we have like the event name on all the JSON objects.
No, you don't.
Public data. So if we had more than one event, right now we just have JSON for Memphis Marathon. But if we had Memphis and Dallas and Chicago, we need a way to search against the event name and city that it was in.
Well, outside of this project what we have here, remember we were talking about before how you'd have to create like a different set of data for each of the events. You would store it all on there, and then each row would be tied back to one of those events.
Each row, what do you mean?
Each entry that you have in those JSON files would have to have like an event ID on it that would tie back to the event. And that's how we would look it up.
Okay, so do we want to put the search JSON data under our source folder or public data? Do we want to keep it under here and just have like a new JSON file for events.json?
I would keep it in the public.
So I'll just do events.json. And then
what happened to our routes file that we made last time?
We're on a different branch.
Oh.
We don't want to mess with routes right now, do we? I mean, we can merge, but I was thinking we would hold off on that.
Okay. Yeah, our events. That would be an array.
And then we just want name of the event, Dallas Marathon.
Event type.
What's the event type? Just like marathon, 5K, half K?
Yeah.
Or half marathon?
It would match each of those file names, basically.
Yeah, that's right. Event type.
And
city.
Yeah, city or location.
I think eventually we want to search by state and city. So shouldn't we break those out now?
Yeah, might as well.
Good old state of Texas.
And each event would need a unique ID. Nailed it.
I was talking to a friend, kind of a random side note. I was talking to a friend about, with coronavirus and everything, what it will look like for marathon events to open back up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of where that image was. Oh, on Unsplash. I mean, you saw the crowds that were in the marathon just by the images. And yeah, she was saying that some of the bigger name events are looking at like weird social distancing rules where you're not racing against each other. You're just doing like a timed run. One person at a time takes off and they go far enough in advance that no one would catch up.
Yeah.
And so all the runners would have to have like a 6 feet apart line. And it would just be one runner every 20 minutes or 10 minutes. I don't know the time it would take, but every 10 minutes, let's say, one runner at a time would go.
That would take forever.
I know. And it would be, to me, it would be boring. Like, I know running isn't the most spectator friendly sport, but when the pros are like towards the end and they're passing each other, that makes it semi interesting for anyone to watch. But if everyone's just racing the clock, one person at a time, no one's going to watch that. Anyway, that's what marathons are going to look like in 2020 if they start back up. Okay, so we've got Dallas Marathon and Chicago. This is one of the biggest marathons out there. How do you spell Illinois?
I-L-L-I N-O-I-S.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it looks right.
No, N-O-I.
That's what I said. BS
Right?
code, man. Stupid Emmett.
Illinois. I think you should just do the abbreviation for the states. I don't think you should do the whole state name.
Okay, so we want to import our JSON, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is it dot slash data? Oh no, it's public. Ugh.
Jeez.
Do you import it as a named import?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's not worry about filters just yet. Right now, let's, I guess, just do regex.
What?
I'm trying to think of a different way to do it.
No, you just search through each loop. Well, when you type it in the search, you'll try to match against those different properties.
Can I pass the screen over to you?
Are you ready for that?
Yeah, we can pass it back, but
Okay.
I'd like to maybe watch you do the search.
Commit it all up, man.
All right, it should be up on GitHub.
Whoa.
Inception.
All right. Switching drivers. Share screen. Okay. What's your GitHub repo? What is your GitHub name now?
You got it.
Results UI?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You see they released GitHub CLI now?
I saw that. I have yet to play around with it, but looks cool.
All right, let's pull up this junk. You're using Yarn? I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get a little more comfortable here. I'm getting my coding pose. You're gonna need to add me to this repo before I can push up though.
I'll do that now.
Do that, yeah.
Manage access.
Okay, let me just fix all your code formatting real quick. Just kidding, just kidding. Endurance results. So this text box, I'm gonna search for Chicago.
Yep.
Okay. What component we were in? Landing search. Import search data. So you want it so when someone types in, we're going to try to match one of those properties, right? What's up with your audio? Did you walk away? Did you walk to the kitchen?
Me? No.
You did. You did. I heard it. First of all, let me fix these. Okay. We've got our search data. Are you going to use hooks in here? Are you raising and lowering your desk? What's going on right now? What's that sound?
Ergonomics are key. Yeah, I think we're using hooks in the other parts of the app, so I think it is appropriate here.
I only use 2 indents. Oops, I don't want that. I want. I haven't written any hooks yet, I don't think.
It's pretty straightforward from what I remember when we refactored over to it. It gets tricky when you actually fire off like a lot of events in one component.
Mm-hmm. mean, I don't know if we even need this. I'm just kind of writing shit right now. So what we would want to do is we want to, when we change it, I don't know if I need to store the search input, but I do want to kind of like have a little helper to inspect it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing about non-classes. Like all these little extra helper methods that I'm going to use, do I just put them in functions above it?
I thought you could put them. No, you can put them in below the const.
But it's going to redefine it every time in here. That's just terrible. That seems like a terrible idea. That's what you're supposed to do.
I thought that. Let me look at the docs before I misspeak. React hooks.
Handle search change. I guess I would want it in there because I need access to that use state. It just seems terrible.
So you don't need the function name or the word function, and you don't even need
So they're just writing it in there like handle search change like that.
you don't need const in front of it.
Well, this is not going to be just a global variable. I have to create it in the scope. So we're going to take the search data. Actually, I'm going to take the eTarget.value.
Oh, I guess, yeah, you can have. So they have this use effect method with parentheses, and it passes in. When you call use effect, you're telling React to run your effect function after flushing changes to the DOM. Effects are declared inside the component, so they have access.
That's like to tie into the lifecycle hooks. We're not doing
That's
that right
right
now. We're doing like an on-change kind of thing.
Okay, then yeah, you're right. It's just a normal function inside of your function.
I'm going to create an object and call it search result. And then we're going to map over the search data. I'm going to say if, well, I want to go over each of the properties. Which properties do I want to go over? Name, all of them except for ID? Or what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm just going to do like an array of disabled props. So this is going to be like ones to, we'll call it omit props. I'm going to use our search result. So I'll say for prop in item. I think it's a for in on the keys. If omit props includes prop, I want to say if it does not include it, then I want to do the search. Then I want to check, does the item prop contains on a string? We'll check that in a second. Contains value.
I thought it was includes.
It includes on an array. Is it includes on a string too? Yes, it is. Look at you. Includes.
The student has surpassed the master.
Surpassed? I don't know about that. I'm going to change this to value. I'm going to do value dot to lowercase because we want to match case insensitive. And the item prop dot to lowercase includes the value. If it includes it, then our search, I'm going to call this search results. Now, change my mind. It's going to be an array. And it's going to have an object on it. We're going to push it onto there. Search results dot push. The results is, or wait, results or event? Yeah, I'll just call it result. Is the item. So that'll be the full one that we're matching. We're going to say match prop is the prop, so we know which one it matched. And I don't know if we need a match value. Leave it off for now. Okay, so that's going to give us all of our search results, which then at the end we'll use that instead. So instead of input, we'll call this search results set search results. I need to rename this. All right, search results. So it doesn't override, doesn't clash. Our other one up there. We'll start it with an empty array. And then we'll say set search results to the current search results. So that will set it, it will update it, and then I'm going to do some little JSON dot stringify search results, format it nice and pretty. I think that should be it. First try. We're already running.
I don't believe it. Too good to be true.
Do you think it will work? First try. First of all, it's not. We have this defined as a specific height. Let me make that bigger just for. Landing search. I'm going to comment that out for now. Okay. Shy. Match prop name. Match prop city. Oh.
Nice. Looking good.
Dallas. It'll match Dallas with just the D. I say dir. It matches nothing. Look at that. Oh, but I cleared it and it went back to. Well, that's not right. Is it because when there's no value, it matches everything? Or when there's a space, it matches everything? Yeah, let's fix that. If you don't got Lodash in here, there is no value. I was going to say if is empty. If there's no value, just return. Two lowercase. There's also dot. Let's do a dot trim as well. Alice. Oh. We still want to set it back, set the current search results to be nothing then. Or we can use the current search results. So if we have nothing in there, start typing, it matches something, and then we go back, we delete it, it matches nothing again. Cha City. Okay.
Nice.
So there is our magic. Yeah, all you got to do from there is.
So
we have our. Let's look at our kind of our data structure. So if we search for shy, like Chicago, these are all of our search results. We have two. This is formatted as JSON right now. This is the first one. The result is just the whole object. So we can inspect that as we need. We're saying the match prop is name, so that's how we know what kind of type of which card it belongs to. And then this one, it matches the city. So there's two results. One matches the name, one matches the city. We can also do marathon, huh? So like marathon will match all of them. And since the marathon's in the name, it matches the name prop as well as matches the event type.
Okay.
So then you can take, in your cards, you can go through you could kind of map over this and make a unique card. You want me to write some cards out for you too?
Well, I was just going to say, how would you broadcast the results out of the search component? So once we have our results, we want a list of card components to accept the data. So like a card container, I guess, would be accepting the data.
Up a level, right? So where are we currently referring to this in the pages?
Landing.
Index?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you would just pass in a thing here, say on search result or results. Do something in here.
So like set a local state inside of here and then use that within the results component.
Set search results. And then we wouldn't actually need the state in the lower component because we could just pass it up here. Do a similar thing. Oh, you got a parentheses, so there's no. Can't have any code in here. It's kind of annoying. I'll fix that for you. So then we can copy over basically what we were doing with the use state. Instead of set search results will be there. And instead of doing that here, we won't need we can just import this from our tools. We'll make it a no op. Pop it from here. Take this out of here and I'll move it to this for now, in case you want to use it to debug still. Is there anything else I need to change in here? think that's it. Oh, I need to add use state to the other. All right. Doesn't even have React. We don't actually need React in NextJS. It loads it for us automatically if we're just using default components like this, or
That's nice. Components. Yeah, I didn't know that.
So we could drop it out of here. That's all. And let me see. I think that should be it. But we don't have any styling, so it's kind of hidden over here.
I can take care of that. If it's passing it, then that's all I need.
It's not. Let's see. On search results, set search results. Can we not pass down hooks like that?
I don't know. Let me do some reading.
Is there a console? No, it would fail if there was a console error, right?
Only call hooks at the top level. Don't call hooks inside of loops, conditions, or nested functions. Instead, always use hooks at the top level. Only call them from React functions. Whoa, there's an ESLint plugin just for hooks.
No. That's because I called it on search results. And that's why. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting our data.
Cool. Want to pass it back over and or commit all that and.
Oh, now that the dirty work is done.
Yep.
Yeah, I could do that.
Emphasis on the dirty. Man, that code.
Yeah, right. So clean, 2 space indents. You're gonna have to fix that. I'll let you prettify it. Okay, I did not accept your thing yet. Let me.
Oh, Gmail.
Let's switch our peeps over again. Yeah, I'll accept that. And then I'll push it up for you. Someone stop my screen. Can you start sharing your screen again?
Sure.
I have accepted the invitation. And I pushed. All right. Pull down the magic. That is my search algorithm.
Are you going to send me an invoice?
Yeah, it took me 4 hours.
You estimated 8.
I know, you're getting a deal.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. I didn't try the state one, but that should work too if you do TX or IL.
Okay. TX or IL. What do you mean? Oh, you mean in the search?
Yeah, in the search. I changed the state names to the short codes.
All right, time to hydrate. I'm taking a quick water break.
I just did hydrate. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go.
Do we still have any guests hanging out?
I don't think so. I think I'm the only one watching.
Cool. All right, let's see how much I can get done in the same time span that you took to do your fancy algo.
How long did that take? Did we time it?
No, we should have. It was like 10 minutes, maybe?
No. Was it really that long? I don't think so.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get this inside a grid. Pre? Who uses pre?
Pre-formatted so you can see the result. That's just for debugging. You should write your own thing.
Oh, I will.
You could just change it to a console log too now if you want.
Where's my index.js? There it is. Okay. Div class name equals results. Search dash results. This is where BEM comes into play, but we'll just use dashes for now. Refactor later. Search results container. Close div. And then, whoa, Emmett, going crazy on me. We're going to create a results card. And then, so this is where Vue and React kind of mess me up. You can, in Vue, you pass like a v4 to the component and it creates instances of that. Don't you have to like loop outside the component in React?
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. You're going to need to do some more code on that to determine each of the cards. And then you're going to want to take that and loop over all of those cards.
Okay. Wait, so this JSON.stringify belongs in like we're in a hook, a React hook. Okay, so
we're in a hook.
Render search results. And
you got to throw const in front of that.
Don't rush me. Const search results.
No. I mean, in front of the function.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just driving me wild without it.
My code drives you wild.
You drive me wild. We already have search results in that scope too.
Oh, we do, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah. So you're trying to make the cards right now. So
Yeah, I was going to do something like search results dot map. I'm operating on outdated React knowledge.
this one you probably want to reduce.
Really?
Yeah, this is better for a reduce.
I was just going to map over the array of results that you were returning in the. Let me paste it before I lose it.
Because you want to group them by card type, right? You got to do that part first.
Yeah, so I guess you're right. Let's do this. Let's get a little bit of some design up so that we know where we're plugging everything into. So before we even get into the reusable component, we want div dot search dash card, and then we're gonna have.
Yeah, if you want to draw out the style of it, then I can come back and write that other JavaScript part.
Okay, image dot poster, and we'll do some randomized unsplash images as like a card poster. And then we're gonna do card body, div card dash body.
There is a card component in Bulma, but if you want to style it yourself, that's fine too.
Yeah, I like doing custom styling. I'm pretty quick at it, and
I do too. Just want to make sure.
Yeah. All right. H3 dot card titty. And then, so what other data?
Card title would be the category, right? That it matched on, like city, name, etc.
What happened to our events? There we go. Yeah, that's true. So event name will go here. Now we're plugging our data into the card. We've got our general structure. So the result.
Isn't the card the category? And then we list all of the results within that card, or no? Or...
No. Each result will have its own card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So event name, and then we'll do I dot.
So are you going to group them by the category at all, or no?
Marathon. I guess city, state. And then I think that's all we need. Oh, we're forgetting about like the person's name.
Well, that's only if it matches a person. We haven't included that data yet. We're just searching on events right now.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna kind of prototype ahead here, and I know that this is going to be search results container. Let's do a section for event results. And then a section for person results. And that's all we really want for now. I feel like the most common searches are going to be an event name or a person's name. There will be edge cases, but those won't be as common. And here we're not going to have, so for the person's card, if you search the person's name, we're going to do, the title will be the person's name. And then the tags will be event name, event city state. Okay. Let's hash out some styling. We know that our search results container is going to be Flexbox.
Or are you going to do grid?
We can do grid. You know, I haven't really.
It's up to you.
I have Flexbox memorized.
Yeah.
That may be a fun upgrade, though. I need to start memorizing grid. I'm still heavily relying on documentation for that.
I still only know like the basics of grid.
Yeah, but I just now, like this year, feel like I can almost crank out all Flexbox properties without little to no reference of documentation because I've been memorizing it.
Yeah, I still reach for Flexbox most of the time. I very rarely reach for grid.
Oh, so back to what I was saying about the design with the grid earlier. Max width is generally the best way to be mobile friendly with like a constrained grid. So max width 720 and then width 100%. That way, most of the stuff out of the box will scale down to mobile if you're wanting to be semi-mobile friendly with low overhead. So max width will make sure we have like a clean grid, but width 100% will keep things mobile friendly. And then what else? We want our search card to be we have event results and person results. So let's give these all widths of 250 pixels with a height of 400 pixels, border. Can I click it? Oh no. WebStorm lets me click the color block usually and like change. They open up a color picker in the editor for WebStorm.
Well, that's fancy.
Yeah. Padding 1. So something Victor Erickson taught me when we worked with him on some freelance projects. If you have more than 3 pixel border radius, like your rounded corners are too round, it's more, if the design feel will be more like playful and more family oriented. So think like Nickelodeon or Disney, they have very rounded borders, and less border radius, less than 3 is too sharp. It can be too sharp. It's more like finance professional if you don't have border radiuses or very low. And so like 3 pixel border radius is like a safe design decision for neutral, not too friendly, not too sharp.
Nice in the middle, not so nice that it invites you to birthday parties, but not mean enough that it forgets your birthday.
Exactly. I wildly overestimated the size of these cards. I'll take it.
Would this be like their poster image for the race or something, or what?
Yeah, so sorry, doing some tab cleanup here. Where did our downloaded image go to? Oh, I know. So we want to shrink this font size down first.
Did you copy those style sizes back to your regular styles?
Yeah. Oh wait, we've already got that. What am I doing? we want margin auto. Sometimes I've realized too, like, especially in CSS, you want to use tools in moderation because it's easy to overuse. Like even Flexbox, as great as it is, I still find myself with like, hey, margin auto, it's way easier.
Then what?
Well, in certain cases, Flexbox is just overkill. It's not always necessary, but you can use it for like everything on the page and make it work. Okay. Boom.
Boom. Maybe some margin on the top of it.
We need to clean up here.
Prettify?
We can do that too. Landing results. Oh, we're going to give it a, oh, we still need a container for the cards because what we're going to do is have H2 events. Runners.
Be right back. I'm going to refill my water.
All right. Landing results, card container.
Events and runners. How are you trying to get it to line up?
Click start. And then we'll give these a margin of 1. Okay, and then results H2. Background. We should calculate width here, but for now, we're just gonna eyeball it. So landing results. Position relative will give us a container to do some absolute styling inside of. And that way, boom, we have kind of a cool.
Oh, I see what you. Okay.
Outside of the grid title. It needs some cleaning up, but it saves on space and keeps us. So this is going to be tricky once we grow the amount of results that we can possibly have. It might. I'm a little skeptical of side scrolling,
Yeah.
but it might be appropriate in this case. If there was just like a list of cards that went all the way off the screen to the right. I don't know.
That's something we can worry about later for sure. For now, we only have 2 events. The people is probably what's going to show up more results. The runners. Once we tie that in, because there would be a lot of runners with that similar names. And off of different events and stuff. So
we do want to show. I guess this is good enough to start plugging in real data. Oh, we need our image. Last thing. Card poster. Source. Come on, where's my path?
It's in the public. Is it in the public folder or no?
No, image is in source. So I guess we're in components right now. Or are we? No, we're in, pages. So ..
I don't think that would work. It's not going to reference the image file, will it?
How do you reference images in HTML?
Put it in your public folder and then reference it that way.
Oh, could you also import it? Couldn't you?
You could import it, yeah.
Is that? Yeah, let's just do that, I guess. I don't feel like it's sloppy to do that. Do you?
I don't think it's ideal. Is this supposed to change per card or what? Or is it going to be the same on every card?
Yeah, so we actually want to import it for now because we're going to abstract a card component in a minute and have a dynamically generated poster image from Unsplash's API. So every card has a different poster with the search term running.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to ever be able to generate images per event. It's just too unreliable since each event may or may not have a logo. You just never know what you like. Not all of them have a poster on their site. Some of them do have a big background poster. So
okay.
what we can do for our cards to make each result card unique is in our card component that we're going to abstract, have like a randomly generated image from Unsplash using the search term running or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't think this will be too complex. So Unsplash API. I know that in SketchUp, there's this really cool feature similar to what we're talking about, where if you have like multiple cards designed, can you see that on my screen?
I'm looking at the design tool sketch, yeah.
So they have this cool dynamic feature now where if you imagine these being our cards, there's a data button in the toolbar. I know you can't see this data button. I wish I could zoom in. Oh. Mac OS X needs like a global way to just magnify anything on the screen.
They have the magnifier. You can set it up.
Yeah.
I have mine set up.
So you'll just have to watch the end result, but these three cards here leverage the Unsplash API.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say random photo, or let's do search photo. And I can type in a search term that you would use on the Unsplash website. So running. And what it'll do is randomly generate, boom. Did you see that?
I'm a second behind, but yes, there it is. Oh, it's a marathon result.
Yeah, so using the Unsplash API and the search term that you typed in, Sketch has its own built-in plugin to populate data on your design elements. And this makes it really easy to flesh out a full page. We're going to use the same API with a search query for running on our cards to just randomly generate a background for every result possible.
Is that just a public API, or do you need like an API key for that?
It's a good question. I've never registered. I just knew it existed, but I haven't tried it yet.
You got to register and then probably get an API key and stuff.
Search photos. Yeah, so this is what we want, the Unsplash API, search photos. Get a photo. All right, well.
That's a good next level task, next item task. But for now, you just want the, just Just use the hard-coded one.
Import card poster from. How do I pass it in? Can I just do like source equals?
The curly braces, yeah, and then pass the. No. The curly braces and just pass the variable.
I know. I'm a little bit ahead of you for some reason on the stream.
I am way behind. Okay. No, not even like that. You pass it. You're doing like a template string.
Right. So just
like you would pass like a callback function to something and there, like I did above on search results. Yeah.
okay.
Does it load?
Oh. Wait.
.jpeg. JPEG. Oh, you need to load a Webpack loader to import the image like that?
Bummer. All right, let's just move it over to our public.
That's where it should be anyway. I'm surprised the CSS one worked. I wonder if that, maybe the Webpack loaders automatically handle that one? And then the path would just be slash card poster JPEG.
Boom.
Full res. There it is, nice and small.
Hmm.
Your height's locking it down there.
I wonder what's pushing that down.
The images.
Oh, I guess this one EM doesn't help.
Yeah, and it might have the default margin on top of it since it's the H tag.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Good enough for now. I like not using a CSS framework now that I'm thinking about it, because it gives me a chance to kind of come up with the design as we go. I'm already thinking like how Westboss does like edged or slanted boxes. I like how he does this kind of text here.
Uh-huh.
It's like highlighted and then, oh, I thought these boxes were slanted. You know how they can be angled?
It does look like they are a little bit, no?
Maybe.
Like
I don't know.
rotated a little bit.
So with our design, now that it's coming together, I think we can do like a cool effect to highlight the text or make it look highlighted. And then with these cards, if they're, in fact, let's see how to do this. So CSS box angled.
I think it's just rotate, transform, rotate.
Yeah. It could be fun to, yeah, have like a box kind of like this for each card.
Oh, I see, like the background, the border box of it.
Yeah.
Actually be not straight, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Get a little edgy, huh?
Sloped edges. Yeah, we got to be careful to have a pattern for this figured out so that it doesn't look sloppy. You got to really get your alignment down right if you're angling things.
Yeah.
This is where our grid comes in handy. But for right now, let's just get some dynamic data showing up. Okay, we need a card component. Landing result or landing card. Yeah. So we don't need React in here.
No. Falling for the image again.
Okay. How do we want to?
That one was
Ha-
different though, right? It had different fields or different.
yes, you're right. So this one, the card title and tags, card title tags. This one, so we're gonna need some props. In fact, let's go ahead.
Well, I think
There
you could
is,
just pass in the whole result to the card and let the card handle it from there, right?
yeah.
So inside the
Um,
card, it could determine whether it's a. I mean, knowing based on. Well, you can pass in a prop of like what type of card it is, unless you want to make two card components.
no, I don't want to make two card components. What I was trying to do is have um, hmm. So I was trying to have one type of card result that has a poster image. So like for events, I was going to do a cool styling with the poster and maybe overlay the event name on top.
Mm-hmm.
But for the runner, we don't want an image. So I was going to make this like a shorter card, same width, but not as tall, and just
Okay.
have first name, last name. So like in the absence of an image, the card would dynamically change its height down to still look similar, but just be like this bottom half.
Yeah. So you will just pass in the props like as title, and then the other content. You won't have it specific, and you'll pass in like the event name or the runner name.
Well, I guess we can just pass in all the data and have some conditionals in the card. I think we can make that work.
You can do it either way. It's up to you.
Yeah. Well, we still have landing results. Yeah, let's just do this for now. How are we going to pass in our data?
That's what I'm saying. The card could be like, it just is flexible in the sense of like if you pass in an image URL, it shows the image. If you don't, it doesn't. And you pass in the title and the tags, and we just render them like that, and that will kind of determine the design of the card.
Say that again?
You just pass in the props to the card. Like you would pass in the title and the tags and the image.
Title, tag, image. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
So
All
the
right.
card is kind of a dumb component. It just takes in props.
Um, result.
It would probably be result dot something because you're going to be looping over those, right?
Yeah. What else was there?
Tags.
So there's going to be two types of results that we want to parse. I don't know if we need a separate method, but we're going to have events results and names results. The names results will be the person, the runner.
Mm-hmm.
The events results has a name, but it's going to be the title of the event. And
We are going to
all
want
that
to
stuff.
split the results out into two different arrays, right? One is the events and one is the people.
Yeah, exactly. You created a result type, right? So don't we know?
Event type. Well, I had the match prop, so we know which prop we're matching, but we're only pulling events right now.
Okay, so why don't we hold off on the runners until we can give that some more thought later, and just focus on getting the events. So do I need this method up here, render search results?
You could just do it inline there if you want. You don't need it, yeah.
How would I map over it in line here?
Curly brace, search results, dot map. And then you'll take the result.
I forgot you can do that inside the render.
Yeah, man, classic JavaScript. And then just return that landing card. In ours is result. The title would be the, what do we call that? I have to look at our JSON. Name. Image src. You could just pass in a string of the, because we're using just the default one right now, right?
Yeah. What was the name of that?
It was inside that other, insider. Oh, it's just slash card dash poster.
Yeah, that's it.
Dot JPEG, JPG.
Whose idea was it to have JPEG and JPG?
It was the JPEG group.
Bunch of JPEGers.
Total JPEGs. And the tags, you probably pass in an array.
Yep.
With the two values, right?
So this is going to be, well,
result.city and result.state.
Yeah. So I was thinking, I guess we can have, in terms of location, two separate tags for city and state. You could search by city or state as a filter. So I guess that's fine. Result dot, I was thinking of like, should we combine the two into one? Result dot city, result dot state.
And do you want to pass the event type too?
Mm-hmm. And that's it.
That's all the data, except for the ID, which doesn't matter. We don't need that. Result. Gosh, so vulgar.
Oh.
It's working perfectly. You're not taking any props in. Oh, it's rendering the number of items, though.
Yeah. Oh, there's 2 items, though? I typed in Chicago.
Yeah, because it matches the city name and the... That's why I thought we were categorizing them by, like, here's all the results for matching cities. Here's all the results for matching event types, like those kinds of things. So that's why we have duplicate results. If you only want to show a result once, then you wouldn't need like the match prop. You wouldn't need to go over all the... Well, you could just dedupe it, basically, if you wanted to do that.
Well, let me finish this landing card. It's probably getting close to time for us to wrap up, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. We're way over time.
So wouldn't it be something like props dot title? Wouldn't you pass in props?
Yeah. And then do a similar map over.
Yeah. Props dot image source. Then props dot tag. Pam.
Wow, that's totally backwards. You don't need to take in the index if you're not going to use it.
Fine.
Where did our text go? Oh, it's because it's on result, search result dot result. We nested it.
Oh.
So you
Search
could
results.
you could destructure the result there if you want.
Result dot name.
Yeah, just so you don't have to write that, but just to structure it in the map for now. That'd be quick and easy. Now just do it in where we save result right now. Wrap that into curly brackets.
Where we say result right now. So here?
On line 35.
$35. Oh, and then, yeah, okay. I'm following. I was going to create a new variable, but this is way easier.
Yeah.
Dot, dot, dot.
No, you don't need the dot, dot, dot. Just result.
Nice. There we go.
Chicago Marathon.
And then Dallas. Yeah, so we don't need to. But okay, so I see what you're saying. Actually, like if I search marathon, yeah, and then it's gonna give 4. Okay.
Yeah, so I was showing like what we matched on, each of the props that we matched on, but you could dedupe it there.
Yeah, no, that makes sense though, because have you seen how some websites, some UIs will highlight what in the result matches what you've typed? Have you seen that? Like I've
Yeah,
typed
that's what I
CK5.
thought we were doing.
Okay, I actually do think that's the right direction to go with the design. So the way you have it is fine.
And I thought each card, one card was going to be that category. Like the category would be event name, and then we would show all of the results that match that event name. But we could save all that for like kind of a refactoring thing. But we have our card design now. And we could, if you want to show the single cards like this, we could just duplicate out the rows like events, event names or whatever, etc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to play around with the design a little bit here, but I think we're on the right track.
Yeah. You ready to wrap it up?
Let's end this stream.
Let's end this stream. I'm picturing a very cool. You can't just kill your screen like that, man. Ruins the whole stream.
When I stop sharing?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's like you just walk out of the room while everybody's watching. You're talking to everyone and you just walk out of the room.
I do that.
Do you? That's rude. All right, well, Unicorn Dev just got here. Just in time to wrap it up. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, so we made some progress on our landing page. We got it going. We got a little search feature going. It's got a little more functionality than we implemented visually, but we'll come back and kind of touch that some more next time. Any final words?
Yep.
Final thoughts?
Nope. I had fun tonight.
Yeah, it was good. It was a long one, 3 hours and 14 minutes. All right. See you next time. Bye, y'all.
Bum, bum, bum.
Love you. Bye.